Wanderlanders. We are once again wandering into Gator, and this time it's time to go catch some birds. We got some birds to go catch. Before we catch birds, we need to stock up on Pokeballs. So I'll be doing this with 5 Ultra Balls to my name. Or not even Ultra Balls, I think Great Balls. Where is the Pokemon? In Saffron. I think they sell Ultra Balls there. But that's the Pokemon Center. Oh, there's the Pokemon. No, that's just a house. As you can tell, I really... Well, I know Fuchsia sells Ultra Balls. I really go to the Mart in Saffron. And also, just to make sure that we don't run out of room in our PC box, I do not remember what the amount of Pokemon per box is in this gen. Not the Pokemon. Change box. We'll be moving on to box 2. Because I know the number's more than 0, that's for sure. Number's definitely more than 0. Yes, here's the Fuchsia Pokemon. Alright. Let us now buy... Ah, yes, I'm just on top. How many of these things can we buy, do you think? Do you think we can buy 99 and still have money left over? Let's find out. I should do it single clicks, okay. I mean, it looks like the answer's gonna be yes. Okay, we got 99 Ultra Balls now. That should be enough Ultra Balls. I do believe. Now I'm gonna grab some repels. These are mostly for Seafoam Cave, not for the power plant. I mean, I'll use 1 or 2 in the power plant, but the power plant is pretty straightforward. Fly. We're going to the power plant first. Oh, is Rockton not flyable to in this generation? Because the power plant is just simpler to do. So we might as well get that one done first. Simpler to get to, simpler to do. There's no strength puzzles. There is just a Zapdos sitting there, menacingly. Zapdos is also my favorite of the 3. Actually, in a lot of playthroughs I did as Exposed Cut, as like a kid and stuff, I'd have Zapdos on the team. I never fought this man? This man is about to get annihilated. I don't even care the type disadvantage. Like, I don't even care. This man showed up. He was like, hey, Ram Trainer, I'm sure we're about the same level. And then I was almost double his level. Like the one time I was at an FGC event, I was just playing casuals against a big name. It was like, oh, hello. Apparently didn't fight this guy either. And also, this was not the Red Rock Tunnel, apparently. I just accidentally skipped both these trainers. They were the emergency cash reserves, you see. Now that we have less than 100,000 money, I think I can kill this man with cut. I think I can also kill this man with cut. Well, Bubbles is done training, I guess. This man showed up, got. It's not stats. Switch. Lullaby. Sure. Anyways, this was not the path to be taken. The path to be taken was this way. We had an interlude in the interlude. All right. Now this is our way to the power plant. Soft, calm times. Nothing too scary. There's a guy right in front of the power plant. I know he exists. I mean, Professor Oak would sure like if I was a Pokemaniac, instead of using just the guys that I'm gonna have on my team. A small handful of exceptions. He says he's not angry, but he sure seemed angry. Anyways. Some of the repels were for here. Because I don't want to deal with all the encounters. I'll pick up the random items though. Cabos. Cabos is speed? My gut says speed. It was speed. I know some of these are Pokemon, but if I fight one or two, you know, Electrodes along the way, that's fine. You might find Electabuzz here. Can I in blue? Or was Electabuzz reds? But either way, I'm not particularly planning on using an Electabuzz. I'm not planning to have any electric types. So that's a strong Voltorb. Yeah, that is a strong Voltorb, but don't worry, they just blew themselves up. So we don't gotta worry about that. Does blue Magmon's red? Yeah, I think that is right. Team 33? Well, I know what team it's not, and it's not Earthquake. Reflect. Okay. Again, Swole Voltorbs. Nick, why did I send out Ronald last time? This man is just immune to any electric move they might pull. I mean, they use Sonic Boom, which is not an electric move, but still. Self-Destruct is also not an electric move. Like, that's also true. Oh, okay. Like the last couple I knew were going to be Voltorb, so this one generally took me by surprise. it appears that these Voltops don't know electric type moves. I've only seen them use Sonic Boom, Self-Destruct, and now Swift. That's 3/4 of their moves. I mean, they might have like Thunderbolt or something. Okay. Okay, Nuking's getting pretty beat up. So. Actually, that's about as black and white like all of the Pokemon. Some of these Pokemon are gray. Because this game, while being monochromatic in the traditional sense of that word, is arguably dichromatic. No more room for items. Oh, I should put the car key away. We don't need this actually. I know it's good if you build for it or whatever. I don't plan to build for it. TM25. Gray is just black mixed with white. Or was it white mixed with black? Ooh, Thunder. Can anybody learn Thunder? Someone please explain to me why Lullaby, a water type, can learn Thunder. But also, why Nidoking, our ground type, can learn Thunder. And I guess Strategy can just do that. I'm gonna teach it to Lullaby. Because it gives us a way to deal with Gyarados later. And Lullaby, I believe, has the best special of all of them. I don't think we need Water Gun and Surf, so I think it's fine. Light screen? Okay, so they don't actually have Electrotype moves. Now we've seen all 4 of their moves, because they're wild Pokemon, so they all have the same moveset. So I don't actually need to worry about Lullaby safety. That was a fetch off, you say. But had you considered second repel? Hmm? Do your favorite moves are weird in Pokemon? Yeah, sometimes. This Magneton overcame repel. I don't want to be fighting a Magneton. Rare candy, won't be using that. And I've explained my logics already to why. HP up. Use that on Bubbles. I don't know if their EVs are already maxed. We'll never know. Ah, that was in fact. Do you think if a human ate a rare candy they would get a year older? I mean, every level up will make you stronger, right? Getting older doesn't necessarily make you stronger. Like, I don't think my grandpa's getting stronger as he gets older. This is an Electrode. So like maybe if you were like 8 or something, it would. But if you're like 89, I don't think it would. Should use Grace Hack again. Why didn't I? Like, that's my thoughts on would rare candy make you older? I don't know what would happen if you give rare candy to like Bill when he was in the Pokemon situation. You're gonna suggest catching the Electrode? I mean, I have the Ultra Balls for it. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's just steroids. Oh, hey, look, there's the bird of the hour. Well, of the 23 minutes. We haven't hit the hour mark yet. But let me heal up my team. That way I have my full team ready to fight this guy. So I probably should have saved after I did that. Okay, that's close enough to full health. Save again. Alright, Zapdos. Go you! It's level 50, it's much higher level than all the rest of my team, but it's probably the reason why we're not going to use it. We're going to try to put it to sleep, though. Man looks flabbergasted. Man does look kind of like, why are you here? Like, I'm just in my nest, like, chilling. Why are you here? So, one more time with the Hyper Fang, and then if it stays asleep, we'll try the Ultra Ball. Yeah. Lilby hanging on like she has a focus sash. Yeah, Lilby's strong. Lilby and Cameron. The hanger-ons. The survivors. Let's see. Oh, it was not first try. Wasn't even a shake, so I guess we gotta do some more damage. Let's try to hit him with like a weaker attack. Okay. Oh, and they're still even asleep. Wow, I forget how long sleep can maybe last in Gen 1. One shake. But I don't really think we can do that much. Well, maybe we can hit him with Tackle. Just, like, because we still have... Hey, they're still alive. Yeah, we still have Tackle. Oh yeah, you can just straight up miss in this generation. You know, how about you? Let's see if they miss and you get to put them asleep again. They don't. Cameron, you know Sleep Powder. No, you know Stun Spore. Well, Stun Spore doesn't ever go away. Okay, now we've got catching our chances. As I miss again. Cameron's still tough. Nicholas can't be Thunder Shocks. So they'll have to rely on like their drill packs. Jeez. I haven't missed a single Pokemon before this. And I'm just missing every shot. Zapdos doesn't understand Nicholas is a Grandabase. There we go! We got the Zapdos! You have like a 15% chance to miss? Legendary bird Pokemon that is said to appear from clouds while dropping enormous lightning bolts. Surprisingly quick catch? Yeah. I mean, I did everything right to catch it, right? I guess this will be Zach. To catch it paralyzed at low health with an Ultra Ball? No, really, only 15%, even with all that, like, helpful conditions. Thespina. And then we fight a Fuchsia. Y'all want me to name? I mean, I could go to the name reader, but like, we're not seeing Zapdos again. Zapdos sits in the box now. There's some trainers down here, because we haven't gotten this way at all yet. Huh? They're both looking that way. How will I have a heart attack, my guy? Carl the Zapdos. I mean, some people would name him like that. Oh, I was really hoping we could see the new Thunder. I know Thunder doesn't have great accuracy, but I still want to try. I still want to see it. And so we'll just hit ourselves in confusion every time. Okay, that time we just missed normal. I should just use the Body Slam. But I'm gonna keep trying, because I want to see the Thunder. I feel like my odds rolls have been really strange tonight. And not favorable. Cause Oh, I misread that as that Goldeen tried to self-destruct, but it failed, and I was like, Goldeen doesn't self-destruct. The odds of using catching Zapdos? Yeah, I guess so. Well, after missing like 5 times in a row, let's see if Thunder will just start hitting. Nope. I feel like for a 70% accurate move, missing 8 times is incorrect odds. Should have hit 3 times. Yeah, I really should have just been doing that. Imagine if any Pokemon could learn self-destruct, then they'd all just be walking bombs. Now, wouldn't they? Like, we talk about them being WMDs already. Imagine if any one of them could just blow up. Like, imagine if. Fishman with 6 Magikarps would be a lot scary. That's true. You never knew which one of those was going to just suddenly explode. Anyways, let's save Thunder for when we actually like, need it, like against the Gyarados. Constrict is not Wrap. I should have taken on these guys before I did Fuchsia or Sabrina, honestly. I just kind of forgot they were down here. is a lot is because of low speed. Speed influence accuracy in this generation? Why would they do that? Why would they tie those things together? Oh, repels effects finally wore off again. Speed affects accuracy and crit hit rate. Why would they do that? I can kind of understand the crit hit rates. You know, if you're faster, you're more likely to see weak spots in your opponent's strategy. But why make it affect accuracy? I guess from the same logic, right? You're slow, so your opponent has more time to prepare. But that is certainly a choice to be making. It would explain why in blue your Zapdos never seem to mess with Thunder. Yeah, I guess it would. Zapdos is fast. Whoops, I meant to see the speed, but I was too quick. Just want to make sure I don't miss trainers. Even as we're heading to Seafoam for the birds. Well, the final bird. And then the bird interlude will be over, and then we can probably hit Blaine tonight. But because of the bird interlude, I don't know if it will be Blaine and Giovanni. But we can probably hit Blaine, even with the bird interlude. Really cool they called Zadros to never miss Thunder given its their status. I mean, people can still dodge Thunder even if you're dropping a bunch of it. Speaking of speed, what is Lapras' speed? Lapras' speed is 57, which I don't think is terrible, but let's look at Ronald's, who's like a fast guy. 100, okay. 61 on Pidgeot. 72 on Nicholas. 62 also on 62 on Cameron. 70. Okay, Lapras is in fact the slowest party member. Try diving for Pokemon? No, that's in Gen 3. You won't find any Pokemon diving in this gen because you can't. It's not allowed to dive. I suppose Thunder doesn't miss when it's in the rain, so and Zapdos drops it from clouds usually, so like going to the Poké Sentry we just read. So you know if you put Zapdos in Zapdos conditions, they won't ever mess with Thunder. We did not run out of Body Slam because we had ourselves in the confusion earlier. We've now run out of Body Slams. So let's use some. That time Thunder just hit. Seeking. So determining a crit hit rate by opponent's speed by their level, and then divide by 512. And that gives you crit rate. That's a lot of math that I don't feel like doing. Useful information. We're going back to Pokemon Center because we're out of Body Slam PP. Like, that is genuinely useful information for people to know and all that. I'm not doing that math. I can barely do enough math to get my taxes straight. I'm not doing all that. it tentacle? It is tentacle. I do not want to be dealing with level 15 tentacles. Go, repel. What's team 33 again? Was it reflect? It was reflect, yeah. Anyways, we beat you up. We beat you up. Anyone else over here? No? Okay. Ah, he was the collection of 4 trainers I was thinking of. And I think from here it's, we can go straight on to see foam. I'm like, I knew there was 4 trainers, just like all chilling together. Ooh, Ice Beam's good. Oh, but we need Sing. But we need Ice Beam for later. We need Sing right now just to deal with, to help to capture the birds. But we're gonna need Ice Beam to fight, Lance. Do I get rid of Body Slam? No, I think I also kinda wanna keep Sing because, like, their name is Lullaby. I do have Cameron to paralyze, but also their name is Lullaby. Getting rid of Body Slam means I have no physical move. But like Sabrina's defeated. So okay, let's see. Who do we have left? The pixel on this game is really good, yeah. But let's see, we got Blaine. Okay, you know, keep Surf. Right, I can't delete it anyways. And we have Nicholas. We have Giovanni. Again, keep Surf. Can't delete it anyways. And then we have Lorelei. Lullaby's probably not going to feature in the fight against Lorelei. Hopefully, right? I mean, they'll have the Thunder for that, if they have to feature in that. Then there's Bruno, who's probably going to be mostly Pina, and maybe... maybe Bubbles. And then there's Agatha, that's going to be mostly Nicholas. Then there is Lance, which again, that's why we want this Ice Beam. And then there's my rival, who will have a variety of Pokemon. So do I need Body Slam for any of that? Not really. So, because their name is Lullaby, normally I would delete Sing here. Like, it wouldn't even be a question. But because their name is Lullaby, I think they are losing how to slam their body. That's the logical position I've put myself in for the narrative, for the story. And that is the choice I have now made. Was it the correct choice? And not if I was playing competitively. Also gonna make these fights harder. I mean, apparently Thunder will decide it wants to hit today. Is not Lullaby will be very good against Lance? I mean, yeah, that's why I gave them Ice Beam. You can, you can't have Lullaby if you win. I thought I was saying more because Lullaby speed is rising. Yeah, probably the case. Well, they got a lot of Pokemon. Well, Lullaby's almost out of training, but I don't think these two Goldines will do it. Level's over, and using the strongest possible super effective move, these 4 types of fried husks. Yeah. They certainly are finding this quite shocking. But they be tasty. Are we once again going to discuss what Pokemon we would or wouldn't eat? I suppose last time this came out, we did say that water types were probably eaten the most. We are out of Thunders, so we're just gonna be hitting them with Surfs, I guess. You wonder what a fish Pokemon tastes like? Probably like fish. Okay, it's not one-shotting them, but it is two-shotting them, so like, these won't take too long still. But like, if I had to guess, fish Pokemon would taste like fish. Fish still gets your most tastiest Pokemon. I've never had lobster, so I couldn't really say. Okay, but like a Staryu clearly wouldn't taste like a shark. Well, no, but it tastes like a starfish. Can't. Are starfish edible? I don't know. It's not really a thought I'd ever considered. I live inland. These recovers are the only reason they're surviving. Alright, now we can make our way over to Seafoam. Because, I mean, I'm sure there's other trainers along the way, but I don't know where they all are. And we'll just run into them as we surf to Seafoam. Water is shallow here. Well, I mean, you can't dive in it, that's true, but I don't know, there's only a Pokemon to ride in it. Put it up in some places, eat starfish, but not often, and you gotta be careful because a lot of them aren't safe to eat. Codfish isn't a lobster, it's a crayfish. As I said, I live inland. So it looked like a lobster to me. But yeah, so don't eat starfishes apparently. So many starfish wouldn't be safe to eat because of starfishes. The psychic powers make them unsafe to eat. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Also, canonically, magic cup scales make them too tough to eat or cook. Dang! Tough magic cups. I was saying, I should be hitting Seafoam Island, like, right now. Oh, trainer. Just because I see him. Seafoam is quite a getaway. I don't know, it's some caves. Quillfish, I imagine, requires the same preparation as real pufferfish. I mean, probably. Oh wait, no, Seadra is not dragon type. Takes 10 years of experience, and if it doesn't kill you, you pass. Yeah, sounds about right. I think that's how people get the masters too. They like have to defend their thesis to the death, or something. I don't know. All my friends who are off getting masters are all like masters and PhDs are all talking like in fear of their thesis defense. But Lullaby's 40 now, so let's train up Cameron. It's not even that good, it's like a touristy bragging rights thing. Being able to cook pufferfish or having eaten the pufferfish? Cause like, I feel like if you take 10 years of practice to do anything, you kind of get bragging rights if you can do it, right? But eating it is just kind of like, yeah, I walked up to the guy who had the skills to prep it and the resources, I paid some money, and then I ate it. Apparently this was not the way to get into Seafoam. Oh, here's the landing zone. There's a trainer here. My urge to fight trainers overtakes. Just to make sure I don't miss them. Not that I'm worried about levels at this point. We are pretty good on levels. But still. Did the first one crit? Ugh. Well, if I don't hit myself in confusion, I'm fine. And then I hit myself in confusion promptly. You had a chef at a Japanese restaurant tell you not to because it wasn't tasty. You end up having some form of salmon instead. That was good. Neat. Pina. But yeah, I imagine the touristy bragging rights thing is more having eaten it than having gotten the skills to prep it. It's like 10 years is not a short amount of time. In any regard, 10 years is a long time, actually. Anyways, I don't want to deal with 20,000 Zubats right now. I think one of those might have still been in effect, but... So uncooked fish fillets with dipping sauce. Oh, neat. Okay. There will be a strength puzzle somewhere, and I will have to try to remember how to solve it. Because I always get lost in Seafoam Islands. That's right, I can navigate Rock Tunnel in the dark. But Seafoam, where I can see, don't know what's happening. Have you got Seafoam with the same music as Radiant? Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? To be honest, I'm so used to these, like... Oops, no, not surf strength. To these sound design things that, like, I'm like, oh yeah, it's kinda dungeon-y music. Which, like, sorry to whomever did the sound design, you did a wonderful job. It's just that we've been here a while now. And they reuse a lot of the clips at various points, a lot of the music. Do we need to drop all 4 rocks or just those 2? Well, just those 2 to get out of Kuno. Oh wait, Lullaby is currently fainted, right? No, it was Cameron who fainted. That's also bad. Cameron's the one with paralysis. Save? Yes, I did save. Actually, I should save again now that I've revived Cameron, you're right. Just in case I mess this up. Let's lead with Lullaby, though. Burb indeed. Not Cameron, Lullaby. Let's lead with Lullaby, so that we can immediately put Suiika to sleep. I'm trying to hit us with Ice Beam. And then I think we just do the same tactic that we did for Zapdos. You know, send in Ronald and just have him use Hyper Fang. If they get to a low enough point where we're like, I think we can take them, we'll take them. Okay, and if they freeze you, obviously you have to start. Ooh, that might not be good. Peanut's got that quick attack. What do you think Articuno tastes like? A frozen chicken nugget? I mean, are you gonna cook it before you eat it? I mean, if you just try to bite into it, maybe. But like, most people don't eat just, you know, raw bird. That's how you get salmonella. That just might taste like chicken breaded with Pop Rocks? Maybe. I wonder if it's more likely. Come with your own Ice Beam Lullaby. Neither one of you can freeze each other, which is good. Does ice not resist itself? If I knew that, I would have been using Ice Beam from the start. Okay, now they're asleep. Then they are pretty low in life. Ozone Pop Rocks? Do not put the ozone into Pop Rocks. We are trying to heal the hole in the ozone, not make it bigger. Ice does not resist itself. Clearly. Not in Gen 1 at least. Yeah, that's true. The type chart got kind of rearranged for Gen 2. And it's been mostly the same with the introduction of Fairy type. Well, Gen 6 did some more rearranging because it removed some of Steel's resistances as well. But for the most part, after Gen 2, the type chart is pretty solid. But in Gen 1, the type chart is all over the place. Yeah, this is more like I was expecting when it came to Zapdos. There's a reason why we bought 99 of these things. These Ultra Balls. Arcuno's stubborn but sleepy. Well, that's because, you know, they're listening to a lullaby. You know, lots of people get sleepy when they listen to lullabies. That's why we have lullabies. There we go, there we go, there we go. A part of me. Nice ice. A part of me is tempted to name this Articuno the Terror, after the ship that tried to go through the Arctic Circle and failed horrendously about it. Legendary bird that is said to appear to doomed people who are lost in icy mountains. Do you think we're doomed, Wonderlanders? Do you think we're doomed? Pokemon Blue, but Arcuno has narcolepsy. Let's see. What was that? Oh. That was the follow sound. I didn't know it was so loud. You do not believe we're doomed? This is an icy mini, so we're good. That's true. You know, we're gonna name the Articuno Terra. Yeah, I know it breaks from the format, but still, I think it's funny to reference the doomed ship because this thing's a doomed, dearest of doomed travelers. Anyways, let's try to remember how to get out of here. So I always struggle in Seafoam. Actually, rather than solve the puzzle. Okay, hear me out. Rather than solve the puzzle. We get teleported back to Fuchsia. We check along the route to see if there's any more trainers there. And if not, we go down from Pallet Town. How does that sound? The bird interlude is complete. So now we are on our way just to the Pokemon Mansion. Could name Articuno Terror. I suppose I could have, and then I would have kept to the theme. Did Repel wear off? Repel wore off. Because I don't want to be dealing with Tentacles, so you know what? We still have the Repels. I'm going to be using them. No guy just chilling over there, yeah? Nope. Yeah, but here's a dude. What's beyond the horizon? Great question. Why would, what? I mean, what's beyond the horizon is probably more horizon. Like, has that been considered? That there is more horizon beyond the horizon? Oh, we don't need to switch out for Tentacle. We don't need to switch out for all of Tentacle. much in Pokemon. I'm gonna change that. Anyways, now that bird interlude has been completed, I have updated the stream title. Who did burn the Pokemon Mansion anyways? Like, who did that? People lived there, presumably. Presumably people lived there. Pokemon Mansion is one of your favorite tricks in the game. I can't remember it that well, to be quite honest with you. Do I have an antidote on hand, perchance? We have a full restore. Oh, full heal, that will work. No, I beat them all up already. It was the lab for Mewtwo, if you recall correctly. No, Mewtwo was born in Guyana. In the games, if I recall correctly. At least Mew was found in Guyana. Mew gave birth. That's what those journals say. I will find those journals. In the anime, though, that's true. But I think in the games, not really clear how Mewtwo came about. I mean, it is still a clone of Mew. That's true. I will find the journals. Maybe reading the journals will make it more clear to me. This fight's pretty standard. It's him with Cyber until they die. I think we remember how Cybums though now. Yeah. Oh, vision will miss. According to the wiki, it's when Mr. Fuji, the head scientist who made Mewtwo, lived. You can read his journals. I know there are the journals there. I just didn't think it was where Mewtwo was made. We can read the journals though and learn for ourselves, I guess. If I'm the first way you're experiencing Pokemon Blue though, I apologize. This is your introduction to Pokemon Blues, like these VODs, once I get the VODs up. What a way to be introduced to Pokemon Blue. And if your first experience is watching me live play them, again, what a way to experience Pokemon Blue for the first time. Like, well, I'm hitting all the main story beats. That's pretty much all I'm hitting. This game I happen to know. Anyways, let's face some of these trainers now, shall we? This will get us to Cinnabon as well. I'm like, I thought there were trainers this way. There they are. Here are the trainers that we train against. There's also Tingle on the grass below Palace. Yes, the only place where Tingle can be found, the only pure grass type in Gen 1. But we have our team, and we're not completing the Pokedex. So, aside from a few like big eventful Pokemon, like Moltres is still on the list because can't get to Victory Road yet, and Mewtwo's also on the list because that will be a Victory Lap. Like, it's probably gonna be Victory Road Elite Four Mewtwo all one stream. Maybe next stream, maybe the stream after. 66 XP, nice. We're not gonna really be catching too many more Pokemon. When we start getting into some of the later gens, my team will be more in flux. Even this late into the game, I think, just because I don't know what options are available to me. Yeah, that was a mistake. But I know my options pretty solidly in the Kanto-based games. As of the Let's Go games, which are canon, they move both reference to Guyana and Mew giving birth, so it seems to be decided on the canon. But Fire Red and Leaf Green are also canon, and Red and Blue are also canon. So how do we square this round hole? Actually, didn't the Ultra games introduce the fact that there are like multiple alternate timelines? Because like in the Let's Go games, you can find Blue and Red. Like, their adventures happened. They also have universes as of Ultra Sun, Actual Moon. Yeah. Oh, Bina's evolving. The bird interlude, I guess, slightly continues. There we go. We now have a Pidgeot. Let's go. We need to go back to Pallet Town to heal. This camera fainted because I made a mistake. That was a Fetro off, you say. But what if I said another Repel? ORS is another timeline from RSE. Yeah. So, in one timeline, Guyana is real, as is Tasiki. In another timeline, Guyana is still real, but in the third timeline, Guyana no longer exists. Guyana has been thoroughly shot by the Kanto state government. Or something. Is this the 6 Magic Cup dude? Is the 6 Magic Cup dude. I saw 6 Pokemon, I saw a Fisher, I knew. I knew what it had to be. I guess it's XP. Yes, it is XP. Also, even if the mansion was the birthplace of Mewtwo, like let's assume that logic is correct. Mewtwo's a psychic type. He wouldn't burn the place. He just kind of take it about telekinesis. Like, so who burned it? Was it just the like massive amount of destruction? Like, it had to have happened kind of recently, too, because there were burglars there. It's like, it could have been abandoned that long ago. You think the volcano damaged it and that's how it escaped? Oh, well, that's possible. It could have been the volcano. By Gen 2, the volcano is completely burned. Yeah, that's why I'm agreeing. It's like, yeah, it could have been the volcano. It's possible. Can't deny the possibility of a volcano. Burn the building, you mean? No, not only has the volcano completely burned the building, the volcano destroyed Cinnabon Island. The island does not exist. Which, I mean, I guess does mean by default it's completely burned the building, but like it did a lot more. Okay, good, that didn't poison. Like, that place no longer existed in any meaningful way. Nothing's wrong with you, swimming dude. You want to send the bird into the T-Spirit once they had a missing note? I don't know how to go about catching missing note. Like, I know it's something to do with the coast of Cinnabon Island, but like, I don't know off the top of my head how to do it. And so I was not expecting to get crit hitted. So if it happens, it happens. If we see missing no, perchance we see missing no. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to get missing no, because I said early on, like stream 2, I think it was, that I was not going to try to purposefully glitch this game. Like, obviously some glitches will happen, you know, focus energy, decreasing crit hit rates, and all that. I'm not gonna stop doing any wild stuff. You just have to surf on the right side of the island. You know, you think that would be something they would catch? Like, when they were doing Q&A? And to be fair, despite how many glitches that, like, Gen 1 is known for, right? The game doesn't crash until, like, you put it through a lot. No, wait, the Pokemon we're training up is fainted. Can we hit Cinnabon and then just come back up stream? Yeah, Cinnabon. The door was locked. I didn't even mean to walk to the door. Actually, while we're here, the Pals effect will wear off. Deposit items. You know what we don't need anymore? We don't need this card key. And we do not need TM3 on us right now. And we do not need a rare candy on us. Or 2 rare candies on us. We don't need Team 46. And we don't need Team 33. There's a missing evil totem called M, which races the game if you catch it. Well, don't catch it then, obviously. Catching it then would be quite foolish. It would be a foolish fool's move. It would be the move of a foolish fool to catch it then. Oh wait, there is one thing I need to do before I fight Blaine. Besides just... oh wait, I need to put the propels back on. Besides just the story beats. There is one thing I absolutely must do before I fight Blaine. I will do it after I defeat these ram trainers, though, because I just don't want to race the repels. And y'all will understand once I do it. Oh, you're hitting it well, Vicosa. I'm more tired than I'm letting on, to be quite honest. But I don't want to go into Blaine underprepared. And the thing I have to do before Blaine, besides the main story stuff, is very quick. Also, Cedra has a very high special. Yes, I hope to start streaming earlier for the next stream. Because we'll have the Elite Four to do. But that won't be tomorrow, for sure. I have also to do tomorrow. Something's gonna be really annoying to try to fight with Cameron. So we're not going to do that. Why does Tommy know Harden? It seems like a weird choice. Personally. Not a choice I would make. Like, Starfish is not known for going into a shell or anything. Having a shell harden. I think these are the last 2 trainers, though. Harder Crystal? Maybe. Maybe it's a Harder Crystal. Well, that's gonna be super effective. But not effective enough. time for Bubbles to take stage. Take point. It's not expecting the crit hit me, I'll admit. Doesn't matter though. I'm stronger than them. Alright, last round before we head into the mansion. Switching Cameron back out for Bubbles. Then just use some Razor Leaf. We'll do the same thing again, because Cameron didn't hit 40, unfortunately. I was really hoping that they would. But they did not. They did not hit 40. So instead we kill this Goldeen. And barely get any XP out of it. Alright, now it's back to Cinnabar. And then into the mansion. Where we will read those journals to find out where Mewtwo is from. At least in Gen 1. It might be in different places, in different games, different timelines. We should interact with each other through a link cable, or the internet Wi-Fi. Because as we all know, those things let you bend timelines together. It's common knowledge, really. Escape rope. Don't really need it when we dig, but you know. Guess I could sell it. Emergency cash. Okay. But what if I said another repel? There's one point in the game where like wild battles don't really matter to us. Oh, there's a train over here. We have now changed where the doors are open and closed. Okay. Up the stairs we go. Because they matter. I guess this little place is one big puzzle. I mean, yeah. But also, like, you're trying to rob the place. And I am more effective than whatever passes for law enforcement in this universe. Because, like, it's not the law enforcement that takes on the mafia, it's me. I didn't know that same even could confuse. I forgot I could do that. Cameron's 40, so we can stop training up Cameron. Let's try Bina. Honestly, I think we're just aiming with a wing attack will be enough. It will be sufficient. Oh, it was not. Okay, so they're raging, so let's fly. Because that will make their rage miss, and completely ruin their plans. And then, you know, kill them. It's important to have killed them. Very important. I believe I have to flip this one? Bells were off. That's why we have so many of these. Actually, I thought it was going to take me longer to get through Seafoam. Iron is just normal defense. I remember that now. So that will go to Nicholas. Press these switches. His mentor once lived here. That would be the Mr. Fuji we were talking about earlier. This is a disadvantage mashup, but I vaguely remember wishing as a kid that Moltres were here in this place. I think it would make more sense than Victory Road. In Fire Red Leaf Green remakes, Moltres gets moved to one island on top of Kindle Road, on top of a volcano, which actually does mean you can catch them slightly earlier, because it's right after this that you can catch them. Right before this, right around this. Okay, well, Fall Fly's not gonna do it. Go, Nicholas. Which just makes more sense than just it just chilling on Victory Road. We got the legendary birds out of order. Those two, isn't it? I say as if we actually care that much. Overwhelming power, but also there's some random stairs down here that go to nowhere. I mean, there's probably a hidden item or something here, but we have Earthquake. If I recall correctly, it's the skinnier one you have to fall down. Look, one of the journals. July 5th, Guyana, because Guyana does exist in this timeline. South America. New Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. Calcium is special, I remember. So we'll give that to Lullaby. We need to find the lever that changes these things. Another journal. July 10th, we christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. Repels effect roll off. That's not in the journals, that's just something that's happening. So they find Mew in the jungle of Guyana in this timeline. We can go Up and down. This muck must be strong. Same level as Peanut. No, it's higher level than Peanut. Wow, this muck is strong. Let's not fight it. Okay, maybe it's actually the wider one we had to go down then. Because he's the guy that we fought earlier. First says, Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. Okay, so Mewtwo's not a clone in this. This timeline. They also had a very unoriginal naming schema. I mean, I guess people get named Junior, but I still think that's lazy. If you are a junior out there, I think your parents were lazy when it came to naming you. If you pick the name of your own volition, that's just kind of a power move, actually. And I hope you like whatever parental figure the name comes from. Max version is good to have. But I guess I was mistaken, and it is the wider one that we have to fall down. We're gonna face a very strong muck again. Yep. How about we don't do that, actually? Flip the doors around again. I don't think it matters which tile specifically on the white ones we fall down. Who are you? There shouldn't be anyone here. I mean, there's like 12 people here. There's at least 2 other people I've ran into here. One of whom was also a scientist. Oh, does more come Pokemon higher level than you? So yeah, the strong mucks in there. Yes. But I am afraid of the strong mucks. I am 9 levels higher than this Electrode. I think we might be able to take it. Just maybe. They keep using Light Screen, and we keep getting crit hits. Whoops. That was not the move I wanted to use there. I wanted to use Fly. They still no tackle. At this point in the game, they're still hitting us with tackles. I missed. That's unfortunate. But it is keeping the little Pokemon out, so we're not having an encounter every 20 steps like we were back at Rock Tunnel. Is this the card key? Not the card key. It's a Carbos, which was speed. I'm slowly remembering what each of these were. So, actually I'm going to give it to Lullaby, because Lullaby's speed is atrocious. Yeah, rather than emphasizing the already strong trait, I am trying to negate the weakness of the weak trait. Alright, yeah, the card key is in this section somewhere, I know that for a fact. September 1st, Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies. So Mewtwo is apparently hostile. I don't know if I can say evil, because it's a Pokemon, so like, good, evil, do those sort of concepts, those human-made concepts even apply to a Pokemon? I mean, what's good and what's evil, like, varies even between humans. That's why you have so many, like, different moral philosophies, you know? There's a reason why the trolley problem is an ethical problem. Especially when it comes to, excuse me, especially when it comes to, you know, non-human things. Can you apply the framework of good and evil? Does such a framework make sense? TM14, what is it? Blizzard. Do I want Ice Beam or Blizzard? Ice Beam because it's more accurate. But we will keep Blizzard around in case I decide to teach it to somebody. Apparently Magma is in blue. I thought they were in red. Chat, the Wonderlanders also thought they were in red. Apparently they are in blue. Or the thing that I'm playing this on messed up. So here's a Magma. If it survives the hit, I'll try to catch it, just because we didn't expect to see it. Maybe you got them maxed up, or maybe one's more common than the other. That's true, maybe it's like Weedle and Caterpie. I mean, like, they aren't exclusives, but, like, you're much more likely to run into Weedle and the other one. Could be Mark. That could definitely be the situation. I don't know. Now this is just about who we did kind of expect to see. Like, assuming that the repel was gotten through. Muck and Ponyta. Like, Ponyta would be fun to use, but you get them real late in the game. And I already made the allowance for Lullaby, so... go Nicholas? Yeah. Yes, Lullaby was got well lower level than I was expecting, but you know we made it work. And now she's even with the team, so we're all good. So like our ear piercing screech is. Let's see, is it up here? There's another switch up here. So either lock me in or it won't. It did not lock me in. Is this the key? It's a rare candy. Oh, Wheezing. Yeah, they were here. Oh, that's probably no, it is Team 22. Which is Solar Beam. Let's see, do we have a move that I'm willing to replace for Solar Beam? Because, like, it's iconic. No. I want to keep Razor Leaf. Because that does not take 2 turns to charge up. And we're teaming Toxic and Leech. And the Can't Delete Gut. There's the secret key. Which I don't know how you're, unless you know, like I already know, but unless you know, I don't know how you're supposed to know to go get the secret key. Like there's no real indication that, yes, Pokemon Tower will be the place, not tower, Pokemon Mansion will be the place with the key. There's no real reason to think this at all. Oh, I have in fact locked myself in. Oh, I think, okay. Right, I need to flip the door to flip the switch to flip the door. Yeah. That all made sense. I will admit, Pokemon Mansion looks a lot less burned in this version than it does in the Fire Red Leaf remakes. Or the remakes that are Fire Red Leaf Green. The way I worded that sounded like Fire Red Leaf Green got remakes. Which, like, sort of? The Let's Go games, but those are more a remake of Yellow than anything else. Graphical limits? Yeah. I'm just saying that, like, my thoughts that it was burned down kind of come from the remakes. And not from this game itself. Now, there's one thing I need to do before we fight Blaine. No, you do not sell it. I believe the map back here does. If I can find the Pokemon. There it is. I better have Burn Heal. Yes, that was entirely necessary. That was 100% necessary. So I could do the quizzes. You know, just to show if I can. Can it evolve into Butterfree? No. What? It evolves into Metapod. That is a poorly worded question. It evolves into Metapod, and that evolves into Butterfree. Because it wasn't like, oh, they have the same line. No, it was, you know. Does Caterpie evolve into Butterfree? And no, there's a stage in between. This quiz is out to get me. I thought to myself, yes, I know the quiz, and it was like, nah. But it's fine. I was going to fight the dude anyways, because, like, it's just XP. You'd be leaving on the table. First door's open. I do not know how hot Pokemon Fire Breath can get off the top of my head now. as much as I want to do Giovanni right after this, I'm actually getting pretty tired. So I think it's going to just be defeat Blaine, and Giovanni Victory Road Elite Four will be all next time. At least Giovanni and Victory Road. I think it depends on how long Victory Road takes. But like I'm already in the gym to fight Blaine, so. Yeah, it's 40 now. So now let's start training up Nicholas, who's actually really good here. So they have the type advantage. Let's see. Can I get this one right? Let's see. There are 9 badges? No. No matter how, if you like, but including the Johto, that's 16. So saying there was exactly 9 is incorrect no matter how you slice it. It's either less at 8, which is like the expected and intended answer, or more at 16. At least the trainers will go fast. Next screen answer. Yes, he has Surf because I thought it was funny. He has Earthquake because that's actually a good like thing for him to have. The stays weren't good enough because you said one type. Let's see. What's the thing this time? Pyro evolves. No Pokemon evolves 3 times. Well, unless you count Mega Evolutions. Every Pokemon either evolves once, twice, or 0 times. Again, unless you count Megas, in which case it evolves. Pokemon can evolve 3 times. Well, once into the normal state, once into the second normal state, and then once into the Mega state. Oh, this is Rap, but Fire typed. I'm so glad they changed that in later gens. Oh good, they missed. And good, we took them out 1 shot. Let's see, what was the quiz this time? There is effective against ground element type Pokemon. No. Despite what the anime may teach you about using sprinklers and going for the horn, and well, I suppose sprinklers might work if you think that's the move Damp, or what was that move called? Soak? The one that turns them into a water type. But electric will never work on a ground type, because when you turn them into a water type, they're not on ground. Okay, just use Growl Rice. Good, no fire spins. Is this the last door before Blaine? I think it might be. Oh, there might be one more? I don't know. Can't remember. Pokemon of the same kind of level are not identical. Yeah, that's true. Anyways, let's fight you anyways. But yes, every Pokemon is unique. So good luck to whoever is shiny hunting every 3 billion variations of Spinda. It won't be me. I do not have the patience for that. Nor do I know where you put all that. That's a lot of Pokemon. Yes, when his first shiny kind of was a Spinda, they didn't know what shinies were and thought they gave him glitch the color. I mean, Gen 3 is the only gen where it doesn't tutorialize at all. Apparently there's one more trainer here. Because like in Gen 2 there's the Red Gyarados, in Gen 4 there's also the Red Gyarados. Tombstoner. No, the tombs don't get to be stoners. And the only reason why I saw my first shiny was a Meowth, actually in Leaf Green. And the only reason why I recognized it is because I saw the shiny Meowth in the Battle Tower, and I was like, I think this looks like that. But I wasn't sure, so I caught it because I was unsure. Tombstone would be an awesome name for a move. I mean, who up stoning their tombs, I guess. Vulpix? Well, we're out of Earthquake, so we're going to be using Surfing. Surf's up. Yeah, it's Blaine, so we're gonna go heal. So that we don't fight Blaine with an injured team. Because it's like, oh, get it right if you want to conserve your Pokemon. But have you considered I can leave and come back? So it doesn't make any sense to conserve my Pokemon when the option to leave, heal, and come back with no consequence exists right there. Because it sure does exist. Alright. Time to face off against Blaine. I guess we're sticking to the 1 badge per stream schedule. Because I thought today might be 2, but Bird Interlude and starting late. Alright, Blaine. Between you and me and my burn heal, let's see whose head is too high. Oops, let me use Surf. I want to use Earthquake. I mean, it's still super effective, just Earthquake has Stab and uses my physical stats, which are probably better. Okay, well, it did enough. I'm just gonna use Surf again. Blaine is cool? No, Blaine is not cool. He's very warm. I was gonna say something else, but I don't think he's that either. Bonita. Blaine is blazing. Rapid dash. Cool, I can start training up heals to 45 now. But I see no reason to switch Nicholas out in this situation. Wow, level 47. Use the sewer potion before I dealt the damage. Like a little mistiming in his part, I think. Yeah, the doggo is strong, yeah. But it was Blaine's head that was too high, because his flame was extinguished by my shaking ground. I have burnt out. You've earned the Volcano badge. And some money. And the special abilities of your Pokemon. I really thought it was going to tell me to make room. Fire Blast. We don't have any fire Pokemon. Alright, so we're going to head back to the Pokemon Center. We're going to heal up. And then we're going to go a wandering. Because I do not feel fit to continue the stream. You think you can learn Fire Blast? I mean, given everything else he can learn, probably. But thank you all for coming out. Thank you, thank you. And I will see you all next stream. But for now, Wanderlanders, let's go a-wandering.